Hi, welcome to Rock and Metal Invasion. My name is Steve. Coming up on the show today, we're doing a special show. I've got Dan from Off the Charts joining me, and we're doing what we're calling something like news and views with Dan and Steve. So, how you going, Dan?
I'm very good, and you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Thanks for joining me. I just thought let's just have a bit of a little chat about. I think basically I was thinking the format would be talk about some new releases. So there's been some quite uh, you know quite big new releases recently. A couple of songs that from bands, hard rock bands from the '80s, putting out some just not new albums yet, but some new songs. And there's a new song coming out soon that I know you're excited about. So you might just give a little preview of that,
Yeah.
and maybe just show a record or two that we've recently has come into our collection, and just any other sort of news that we want to talk about. So
Sounds good.
the first thing I guess I wanted to ask you about is there's a new song from Extreme called Rise. What's your
Yeah.
feeling on that one, Dan?
I At first I was like, okay, whatever. I think it took me a day. I went and listened to it, and I was like, wow,
Yeah,
the chorus. The whole this whole week. I take my walks because I work from home, so I take a walk for my break. I'm
yeah,
friggin' singing that chorus after
yeah.
maybe one or two listens. I was like, oh, 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 that part. I was like, holy crap. Very, very catchy chorus. The guitar solo, everybody in social media is talking about it. My only complaint is the rhythm section while the solo's playing is confusing. That's it. But I saw the video and I was like, wow, like that's a great song. And I will buy the new Extreme, because Extreme at one time, there's one band I totally gave up on, was them. Like, I used to be in high school there. I had the first one in Porno Graffiti, and I was like, wow, this is like really, really great stuff. And it was like, how's this new album? Like, oh, it's pretty good, except for that More Than Words song. And of course, that became their big hit. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's okay. I'll that's my little tangent story I was telling you
Mm,
about there, by the way. And then of course, More Than Words became a single, and I was like, okay, you got your hit. Now it's time to go back for rock. And then when they came out with Wholehearted, I was like, you know what, I'm done. And
mm.
I went to see them. They opened up for ZZ Top here in our my town here. And the day after, for some reason, I was at my dentist, and he actually was at the show. He goes, "Oh yeah, that Extreme band. They're a lot heavier than I was expecting because of that one song." And I was like, "Oh my god, what's going on here?" So I gave up on Extreme, but this one song right here, Rise, I thought was great. Like, it was a breath of fresh air,
Mm.
super catchy. I was like, I was humming it all week after only listening to it maybe twice.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
no,
about you?
I was pleasantly surprised. Because I'll be honest with you, I am not a big, Extreme would be one of those bands, and I've actually thought about doing a show, bands you would think I like that I don't actually like. Because most people would probably think I've got a massive collection of 80s hard rock, a lot of hair metal bands, and you just think, oh, of course, I would like Extreme, but their first album, there's a couple of good songs on it. Like this is all I have. This is my Extreme collection. I've got this because I like Kid Ego, and I like the Beast. I like Play with Me, which is an instrumental, but it's like really good. And so I'm happy just to have that, right? So, and then Porno Graffiti, just I hate that song. Get the Funk Out. Yeah, no, it's
Oh, I
just
love that. I
no.
love
Sorry,
that
Dan.
song.
I
That
can't,
to me is like,
yeah.
that and Decadence Dance is like, wow, this is
Decadence
like,
Dance, yes. Yeah.
yeah.
I know. I do have that on. I think actually I do have a single of that, or it's on a compilation. So I'm all good with Extreme. Now I did, believe it or not, I did pick up the three parts to every story. The that
No,
one.
I didn't even bother.
Yeah, I got it, but and I even had it on vinyl. I thought I've got to give this a chance. Again, another album that had one song on it, "Rest in Peace." I think I like that song. But yeah, otherwise that's it. So each album's probably had like one, maybe two songs on it I've liked. So yeah, I'm not. I don't even. There's another album like the last album. I think maybe came out.
Saw
It's quite
Days
a
of
while.
Rock. Yeah,
It came out quite.
2008.
Yeah, it came out quite a while ago. I couldn't even give an opinion on that one. So,
Oh,
but
I've never heard it. Like I
yeah,
said, Extreme to me was like I
yeah,
like the band members,
yeah, oh,
but
yeah, yeah,
this one song just I was like,
yeah.
wow, like I was actually blown away.
Well, yeah. So it's looking very hopeful. It's looking very yeah, like everything. I agree with everything you said about the new song. Very catchy chorus, the solo. And those guys, they still look like really good, don't they? They're still like still look like rock stars. Obviously they can still play and sing and everything like that. So, yeah, that's just wait and see. I guess it could again, just for me, it could be just another one of those albums where there's just that one good song on it. But
One song, yeah.
yeah,
Let's
it
go
could be because
on.
that's what it's been
Are you,
like for me as far as as far as Extreme's concerned. But
are you getting it?
yeah. And
Are you
I'll
getting
add,
this?
what was it?
Are you buying the album?
Well, no, I'm not going to buy an album just for one song. So I'll listen to it, and if I like it, definitely. I mean, if they even have to be as good as Rise, if it's close to as good,
Yeah.
then yeah,
I'm thinking I'm gonna get it. I think I'm gonna get
yeah,
it, yeah.
but we can add "Get the Funk Out" to the list of things that we don't agree on.
Yeah. Really? Wow, that's actually probably my favorite of Extreme.
Yeah, no, it's good
I
fun. It's good fun.
love.
It's funny when it's like when that happens. All
We
right.
have the
So
same
anyway,
taste, but then yeah.
yeah, totally. Yeah, same taste, but then also totally different
Yeah,
at other
yeah.
times. So let's move on then to Heaven's Edge. Now, this is a band not as big as Extreme, obviously, but they have a bit of a cult following. You know, people still talk about their debut album, and quite a lot of it gets quite a lot of praise. And they've got a new song out called "Had Enough." So I think this is also this is I don't know if Extreme. I don't think Extreme's on Frontiers. I'm not sure, but this is on
This
Frontiers.
is on Frontiers also. No,
Oh,
Extreme's not on front. I
no,
think
yeah,
Ear Music is
yeah, okay, yeah,
Heaven's Edge is on Frontiers.
Frontiers, yeah. So coming out on Frontiers, Had Enough. What do you think of that one, Dan?
I thought it was like the song that when it first started was good,
Yeah.
but that chorus goes into another key. I was like, whoa, that's actually a pretty cool chorus. A different key, was not expecting that key change, and I thought it was a good song. Would I buy it?
Mm.
I don't know. I would say, depending on what happens this Friday, by the way, I would probably add it to that package, if you know what I mean there, if it's at a good price. But it was good. Don't get me wrong. I'm like on a maybe level there. Like it was a great song. I think it was a great chorus. Actually, that the key change from the chorus with that key change was great for me. What about you?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not. Again, I'm probably a bit similar to you. I think I'm not like loving it like I love the Extreme song, but I like it. It's a good song. Um, it's, they're different. There's a bit of a slightly modern sound to it, like but still with that sort of that 80s kind of vibe as well.
Yeah, the guitar at the beginning there was nothing special,
No,
but the chorus I thought was actually pretty special there.
yeah,
But I don't own the first one either.
right,
I should say I used to in high school, and it was
yeah,
the big that's when kind of hair metal was going wrong in the wrong direction.
yeah.
And it was like, you know what, I don't want this. So I had the tape at one time, and it was a joke because we used to exchange it between ourselves, and nobody wanted it. So
Yeah, yeah. It's again, it's an interesting one because yeah, I mean, I've got the album, but this is also yeah. But the funny thing is, this is also an album that wouldn't probably make the list of uh albums I don't like, but I'm not a big fan of it. Yet it does. A lot of people do really like it. I don't really quite see what the big fuss is about. I think it's quite generic. But I like the song "Hold On to Tonight," which is a ballad. Surprisingly, I do like the ballad on here. But the rest is like,
I like Skin to Skin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a good song. That's pretty much the only song I remember.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. Was
But
that the single or was it?
that was the video. Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. So,
I watched it last weekend.
did
When I
you?
was watching the new Heaven's Edge, I was like, yeah, what? Let me try it again, Skin to Skin. It's a good song there,
Oh,
but
okay. I thought that might have been part of your Video Babes research. Watching that, that sounds like the kind of song that it's got to have a video babe in it, doesn't it?
I swear to God, this was not planned by me almost spitting out my drink there.
I'll drink to that.
No. Oh, cheers.
There you go. All right. Yeah, okay. So we're on the fence with that one. We're not necessarily gonna order it or anything, or get that one, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm not close at all to hating it. I actually like the song. But you like a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, am I gonna buy this? We'll see.
Yeah. And I think
maybe like I said, no, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think this is their third album, because I think they released a second album, although that was released. That was basically when they released their second album, it was the delayed. It had already been like recorded like a year or two after this one, and then no one wanted to put it out because grunge was so big and everything. So I think it got delayed and was just put out after the band had sort of split up, 10 years later or something like that. But
yeah, I thought this new one is their second one. So just
it's more legit sort of follow up, because it's like, you know what I mean, like it's recently been recorded and about to be put out, sort of thing, as opposed to a long delay. But and I've heard too, it's all original members, I think, except for one guy. So well, at least you've got your vocalist and your guitarist, I think, are all from the first album. So that's good, yeah. All right. So that's the sort of new releases that we were going to talk about. One thing, I was watching a music video last night, and it was of a recent Motley Crue concert with John 5 on guitar. It wasn't a music video, so it was a concert. Someone had gone to the concert, taken some footage. I don't know if you've seen anything, but I just wondered what's your feeling, or if you'd seen anything of John 5.
I've seen footage with the John 5. I could not that I'm not going to say I could care less. To me, that's not what the problem is right now with that band. Anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mick Mars, I mean, hats off to Mick Mars for what he's going through and what he toured how long with that guy. I don't know if you've ever seen these guys live. I've never seen a guy just like, he had to be held, like he was walking and he had to be held by two people. I was like, wow, like, hats off. I'm like, so I can understand why he can't tour anymore. I totally get that. And of course, I like Kiss. I like their story of, oh, we're never gonna play live or do anything again if it's not all four original members. Well, you've done it before with New Tattoo. You're doing it again now. But again, I don't care. It's like it's a nostalgia act anyway to this point. John 5, to me, is not the problem right now with Motley Crue. And my friend Steph, I don't know if you've seen an episode when we did a Motley Crue. He's a huge Motley Crue fan, and even he said, Vince, you got and stop. Like it's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself, and we saw the memes on the internet there. So to answer your question, I don't have a problem with John 5 at all. I get why he's there, but at this point, it's just like, I don't know, it's not pointless, but it's really just for the money, or because they have nothing else to do. Like, they had signed that contract, they're never going to tour again, and I still say it's bullshit with the The Dirt, the Netflix movie brought new fans together here, so we got to go tour for these guys. I'm like, come on, like, that's more of a problem for me. And it's not against Motley Crue, it's against all these bands saying, okay, we're going to do it for this or that reason. The John 5 thing, I don't have a problem with it at all.
I mean, they're actually not doing too bad, because they've got 3 out of the 4 original members there, and they've only just gone, they've only just got rid of Mick. So they did it, last year when they were touring, or I think it was last year or the year before. They had they had the original lineup, which these days is actually a pretty good effort, because you got some bands going out with nobody, or with one member, so original member. So yeah, and I think, when you think about it, Mick Mars, even though he's the lead guitarist, he's probably one of the lesser known guys, if you know what I mean, right?
He's my favorite. I love his guitar chords. I think to me he's the Tony Iommi of the hair metal. Like
yeah,
he's
but
got some.
he's not the personality. You know what I mean? He's not a big
Oh yeah,
personality.
oh yeah.
He's not doesn't put himself out there that much. He's very sort of private, I think, and yeah, and I mean, he's had some issues, hasn't he? Health issues, so it's kind of not surprising. But yeah, and I agree exactly with what you're saying, that it's not a big deal. And when I was watching the footage of John Five, yeah, I mean, of course, he does a great job. Like, that guy's a total pro, right? He's played with so many people, and yeah, it's no problem for him to pick up a guitar and start doing some Motley Crue licks. But Vince, I'll say this from what I heard with Vince, it's passable, I think. And that's
Passable.
yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's possible because I mean, he just lets the crowd do a lot of the singing, and also
Oh yeah.
he's got these girls or ladies doing back, which I really don't like that. Motley Crue never had female background singers, did they? On their records?
Oh yeah.
Did they?
They've had female background singers since
On
Girls, Girls,
in
Girls.
concert, yeah, I guess.
In concert, yes. In concert.
Not on the records though. Not.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It just sounds a bit funny. It just sounds a bit weird to me. But yeah, you're right. They have had that. I know they have had that in the past. I don't know.
Well, they're in the video.
So
They're in the Wild Side video.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So okay, cool. Let's move on. So let's go to some new additions to our collection. So I suggested maybe just two. So but yeah, it's up to you, Dan.
All right. Well, I got two. I was hoping, like I said, I got two coming in the mail, and they're actually new releases, but I'll keep those for another episode. So these are new albums that I got this past week. They are reissues. So first one here would be Saigon Kick Water from Real Gone Music. If anybody out there has never checked out Real Gone Music, they've got lots of cool stuff there. Really good stuff. Is this my favorite Saigon Kick album? No, not even close. It's, out of the three I have, this is my third favorite. But I'm a collector. I like to finish collections of bands. So I got Saigon Kick Water, and this one actually I'm pretty proud to have this one here. Slaughter, Fear No Evil from Kiss My Wax website, and of course this has never been on vinyl, so they're and this summer, if you go to their website, they're actually also doing the Wildlife, so that one's going to be shipped this summer, the guy told me. But yeah, Fear No Evil, my sister is a big Slaughter fan, so I've heard these songs in the house there for many times, but I've never owned this, so now I got this one here. So these are my two releases, new reissues: Saigon Kick Water and Slaughter, Fear No Evil. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, good ones. Yeah, because I think both of those had never been on vinyl before, right? So
yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Fear No Evil was actually very good. I was like, wow. I of course I heard it all my life there. I just never owned it because my sister had it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think I don't know. That came out probably 94, 95, something like that. I think really bad time
CMC
for those
International. Remember that CMC International, where all the hair metal bands all went into one.
Yeah. Even at that time, everyone was just saying, "Oh, it's CMC. It's just those washed up hair metal bands," It's but but hey, I mean, good for them. They were trying to keep it going, but it just wasn't going to happen at that time. People were just like, "No, not into it." But okay, cool. Yeah, no, they're good ones. I've only actually got one to show, but and it actually arrived today, so it's very good timing. But I am waiting for. You talk about Real Gone. I'm waiting for Unruly Child.
That's the one I was expecting to see.
Yeah, well, I don't actually know if it's officially out yet or been shipping it quite yet, but it's he's got a pre-sale thing sort of thing. So I paid for it, and I'm just waiting for it to get sent. So because I'm really super Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, I have thought about it's one of those albums that's not in my collection that you can get a original pressing of it, but it's always been like, well, that's a lot of money, like you see it on Discogs, but it's like, yeah, I don't really want to pay $300 for it, really. I like it, but yeah, and
Not
so
that much.
yeah, and I've sort of been holding off. Like I thought, oh, maybe I just get it on CD. It's sort of like, no, I think one day I will eventually get it and on record. So I've got it on digital, and I've also got a 4-track like promo. It's like a promo, one of those promo,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and it's got 4 of the songs, which are quite good songs. So I've kind of got that. It's kind of tied me over, but so I'm really pleased. They're releasing it as a 2 LP, so it's like double vinyl, and yeah, it's got Mark Free on vocals.
Is
Um,
it Mark at this point, or is it
I think it
Marcy?
is. No, I think it is Mark at that point. Yeah,
Okay.
not Marcy. Boho production sounds really good. So yeah, so that's a good one. I'm looking forward to. And the one that arrived in the mail today is not a new record. It's a secondhand record, but it's been on my want list for literally for years. And again, it's a little bit like didn't want to pay. Sometimes you see it, but it's like 150, $200, and then me in New Zealand with shipping, you got to add. But I got Bill Ward Ward one along the way. Yeah.
That is actually not that cover. Mine is. I don't have it yet, but it's on my. Okay, now because you have it,
Yeah.
is that Ward one? That's Ward one along the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's with. It's on my
Aussie.
Discogs want list too, and there's
Yeah.
a guy in Canada that has it, but it's the one with. He's on the side with the.
Yeah. That's that one.
Yeah, that thing right there. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
With the big
Yeah.
drum on his back there.
Yeah. So I don't know why this is a Australia New Zealand edition, but yeah, that's the cover. I think most people will probably
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and I got it for a pretty reasonable price locally. Like someone in New Zealand actually had it. So yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, and I've got to be honest with you. Like I've heard the album. It's really the Aussie songs I really like. To be honest, it's really
I only know Bombers.
yeah, Bombers and Jacksland. Yeah, yeah. They're the
That's
two.
the only. I only know the one song.
Yeah, well, they're both really good, I think. So,
Good
but
find. Good find. Yeah, that's
yeah, it's got Zach Wild does some guitar playing on it. It's also got Jack Bruce from Cream, yeah, on vocals, and then yeah, Bill Ward does vocals as well. Yeah, it's got quite a few different yeah sort of guests on it, but yeah, so like I say, been on my want list for a while, so it's like yeah, that's that one off the
been
list
on
now.
mine for a couple of years too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's apparently it's like critically acclaimed too. Like it's
yeah. No, it's pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, so uh, we'll finish up soon, Dan. I guess just let's just have a chat. Maybe some people haven't caught up on your channel, which is off the charts, or my channel, which is of course the channel this is on, Rock and Metal Invasion. What have you? I alluded to one of your recent shows recently, just before. What have some of your recent episodes been?
well, I've got one today,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
I haven't checked it out
I've
yet.
been doing a few revisiting forgotten bands. So today was Sword, not the Sword,
Yeah.
but Montreal's or Canada's Sword. Canada's answer to Iron Maiden. So I got that one. Just trying to get people to remember these bands that maybe they're forgotten, maybe they're not. Some
Mm,
people think they have forgotten. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, I remember these guys. Thanks for reminding me."
mm.
So that's today's, and the last couple of episodes were were something I've been wanting to do for a while. So it's video vixens. So uh, I have, of course, we all teenage boys and watching these types of videos at the time. I'm like, oh, I remember that girl. But then the more you start watching videos, you're like, wait a minute, that girl was in that video and also that video. Now I start to blink. I'm trying to be curious to see who's which video vixen was in which video, and I'm like, that was actually a pretty fun project to do. So I got 2 episodes of video vixens. My favorites, who I thought was the hottest, I guess.
Yeah.
Some that actually Steve, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually forgot about that Tawny Katane from Whitesnake. I was like, that's
Yeah.
gotta be like one of the most popular, if not the, well, that and Bobby Brown was actually pretty popular also.
Because
For
you had
that.
a criteria that they had to have done at least 2 music videos, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2
Which I thought
videos.
was good. Yeah, that's good, Will.
And I have to go through a nuclear assault video just to get one from Jessica Hahn.
Yeah.
So we all remember her there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know she'd been in a nuclear assault. Like I remember that music video very clearly, but yeah, I didn't know she'd been in nuclear. That's quite an odd.
it was the research was also like me going onto IMDb, like looking for which other video that person has done. I'm like, oh my god, like that's how I figured out some. But yeah, like some faces you recognize, believe it or not. But some of them I was like, oh my god, I can't believe she was in that video or that. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, like a compilation of there's 2 episodes of Video Vixens. So if you liked your 80s hair metal videos with lots of hot chicks in it, well, there's a part 1 and part 2 of that. So there you go.
Great. And I just I noticed that you showed a Tawny Kitaen movie like that I'd never heard. Is that a movie that's quite obscure movie, hard to get or something, is it?
It's not that obscure to find. We had this is going to be embarrassing to talk about, but again, when I was a teenager, we had a French channel here in Canada, and at 11 p.m. on Saturday night, they used to show these movies. Not soft core, if you know what I mean there, but lots of boobs or whatever.
Sure.
And that movie was there. And I was like, wait a minute, that's the girl from the Whitesnake. And when you kind of, so many years passed by, I'm like, what the hell was that movie? So of course, when the internet comes in, that's that movie that I saw way back as a that's, and it got re-released. So that's actually the video that I shown on my YouTube channel was actually a fairly new, it's like 5, maybe 10 years old, like a director's cut, I think there.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not that difficult to find. I don't think so anyway.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I'll quickly talk about, obviously, people watching this, so they're already on my channel, but so I've just been looking at, I've done 2 on change of vocalist. So basically, where the band have changed singer, which is actually quite a lot. You sort of think.
Oh my god, you can go on and on for that.
Exactly, and you sort of think a lot of people think the singer is the band sort of to a big degree. It's like when you lose a singer, it's like but bands do it. Some do it successfully, some not so much. But it's quite interesting sort of going through. I've still got more I could do. Like I've done 2, I could do a part 3, but it's sort of feel like a bit of a change now. I've got still a whole lot of records out for my part 3, but I just might hold fire on that. And
I'm sure you could do like part 10. Like that's
well, especially with those 80s bands, it gets a bit silly though too, doesn't it? Because it's sort of like there's 2 versions of the band, and it's like one's got the old the original vocalist, one's got the new vocalist, and so anyway, that's sort of what I've been up to, and best of 8. I've done best of 87, best of 88. So I'll look at doing a best of 80. Those have been fairly popular, and people are quite.
Those are actually fun, yeah. I did jump on your your bandwagon. Did a couple of those on mine also, and I think we've done one together.
Yeah, we have. We did. I think we did best of 85. I think together.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they could go on for a while too. It could go back to 84, 83, and then we'll go to 90, 91, 92. I don't think we'll be doing a best of 1995 or.
Well, we could, but
I
wouldn't be
I don't
a
have
best
a lot.
of. It would be, here's what I own from 1995.
Here's what I could find. Yeah, it wasn't.
This is what I could find.
Yeah. Anyway, cool. All right. So, just to finish off with, what do you got coming up, Dan? Anything you want to talk about?
Oh yes. So this Friday, March 10th, today. Well, I guess when we're recording this on a Tuesday for here in Canada, they just announced Winger is proud. I forget the name of the song, but anyway, I told Steve, how about we do a reaction video, him and I, but not a reaction video of videos we've actually seen before. This one will be an actually legit. And I'm gonna sacrifice myself and wait until we can do this with Steve. Not watching the new Winger single / video. They're announcing that, so that's pretty much what's coming up on my channel. So we'll be doing an actual reaction video from a song I've never heard, and I'm actually very, very, very excited to be hearing. Winger is one of my top bands.
Yeah,
so I've been waiting
exactly
3 years for this one.
Yeah, and they've been talking about it for a little while too. So it's but supposedly they have done 3 music videos, and we've both. Well, I know you have, and I went and checked it out an hour or two ago. There's like a little promo, isn't it? 30 seconds where you see a little bit.
I have watched a 30-second. I'll say that. That's it.
It's hard to really gauge much of the. It's a heavyish. Sounds like it's not a ballad or anything, So so that's promising, and it looks like it's pretty good video production from what you can see. Yeah. So looking forward to that, and so I'll say that's my sort of upcoming thing as well. Really, that's So and I know we're going to have to do that pretty soon because Dan's not going to be able to wait. I got the message from you, Dan.
I'll be at my house going, okay, when is Steve ready? When is Steve ready?
I got the message from you that said Proud Desperado. I didn't know that was the name of the song. I thought that was like.
Yeah, that's it. That's the song.
Yeah, I know.
No, Proud Desperado is the name of the song, yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were calling yourself a proud. You're so desperate to hear the song, and you're proud.
No, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, so like,
never. Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, but then that's the name. So Proud Desperado, yeah, that's the name of the song. So all right, good stuff. Well, cheers, Dan.
Thank you. Well, yeah. It is 11 p.m. or
I know. Keep you up. Yeah, it's only 5:40 here, but thanks for doing that, and no problem. I'll catch up with you in a couple of days, and we'll check out the Swinger video.
Sounds good.
All right. So everyone else watching, thanks for checking out Rock and Metal Invasion. Make sure, of course, you go and check out Dan's Off the Charts channel. Lots of good stuff there. Want to check out those video babes. And of course, we'll both be on there soon, hopefully, reacting to the new Winger video. All right, that's all for now. We'll catch you later. See ya.
Take care. Thank you.